All right. Where's my window?
So on Sunday, Josh took us to see Mazinger Z Infinite.
Mm. And
So it
so,
was actually in the theaters?
Yep.
What? Where?
Pinellas Park, Fathom event.
Oh. Hmm.
Yeah, the people next to us decided it would be a good idea to bring toddlers to a subtitled movie.
Oh Jesus!
Oh.
Those poor children were bored to tears.
I bet.
Because even though, yeah, there's giant robots doing awesome things on screen, they can't understand a word that's being said.
Not even a single one.
Um, that's. I wanted to go real bad, but we were out all day on Sunday. Like,
How's Kia doing with her ears?
good, good.
Awesome.
Yeah, she's handling everything like a champ. She's doing everything she was told to do. Like,
Good stuff.
she is taking this complete in stride.
So I got my ears pierced in eighth, like right after eighth grade, between eighth grade and ninth grade. With my mom's permission, my granny took me to get them pierced as a graduation present.
No,
And around this time, a friend of mine had gotten her second set of holes. And we were both so excited about it that when we were talking to each other after school on AOL Instant Messenger, we would emote twisting our earrings.
oh,
AOL Messenger.
rip.
Dude,
Ripperino.
I used AIM until the day it went offline.
Probably untrue.
No, I was online when it went down.
Ah, nice. Yeah, I couldn't like they buried that to a point where like I tried. I tried. I basic level tried to find a download for it and I couldn't. It was like, all right, cool. Yep.
I was using third party clients for like the past decade because they're better.
Rolling in them, yeah.
Pigeon. Trillion was weird.
Trillion was very
Oh.
weird.
Hi, not Charles. Let me edit that.
Show title candidate. I am not Charles.
No, well.
Uh,
I'll try and see if I can find some fonts that'll fit, and I'll turn them into PNGs, and then I'll add them to OBS.
word.
What kind of font you looking for, Raul?
Pick one.
Geeky
Like-
fonts.
Well, I'll send you the background, and if you can get one that'll fill that, I'll send you the background on chat
Okay.
on Slack. Okay, let's see. All
'Cause
right, what's that?
That is the majority of my design work is color schemes and typography. Also, Dale, no, never Comic Sans. How dare you?
Oh,
Yes, always Comic Sans.
Comic Sans. Literally the worst.
Lies and slander.
Times
Wait,
New Roman.
how can I time out Dell? Or I can't because he's a mod.
I don't think you can.
Wait, can I take the mod away?
I'll
No.
be completely honest. I thought you said Time Adele, and I'm like, who is that?
Oh,
You're just standing there with a in front of a Dell computer with a stopwatch. No, Dale, don't go. Hello, God King.
I love the irony of Comic Sans at this point. Like,
What was it? Bob was the one that brought Comic Sans, right?
I believe so. I believe it was Microsoft Bob that did that.
I only recently saw a video about Microsoft Bob.
Yeah, that was a thing.
It's like, oh my god, they actually thought this would work?
Dude, the 90s were a weird time.
I have no forgiveness left in my heart for Comic Sans after the medical office I worked for used it on their intake forms.
Oh.
Don't blame the game.
It is-
Hate the player on that one.
It is that font's fault for existing.
Mr. Clip It Rose.
It's not nice.
Neither is Comic Sans.
Yes, it is.
Oh man. Oh my god. Clippy, a waste of resources.
It really was.
I always turned Clippy into the cat on mine because that little
I'm-
cartoon cat was adorable.
Oh my god. I remember Windows XP when you did a search, it would have the dog.
Yeah, I love the dog. That was my favorite one.
Did any of y'all have Bonzi Buddy back in the day?
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
Lord.
That adware piece of shit, yes.
Oh.
Now we all know that was a really bad decision. Back then, it was really cool.
Oh, I just remember what I looked it up and was like, oh fuck that. Fuck that. Oh, you want something else that can just go and burn in hell for all time? Incredimail.
Yeah.
We had people that liked it just because it had the little animated gif of the "you got mail."
Is Josh okay? Because we haven't heard him at all. Like, he hasn't said anything. He's eating.
I'm alive.
There he is. Josh is in reserve power mode until show starts. I understand.
Dale gives you hearts, Josh.
I do not blame you in the least, Josh.
We would all completely understand if you needed to take a nap or something.
Hey, now let's not get too crazy here.
Oh, hey, it's M Beam.
Hey, MB!
Mbem,
Bem.
Mbem.
A bim bam.
I don't know, I'm teasing Dale.
So, do you have AC yet, Dell?
What's up?
I mean, he had hot men in his house, so
So the AC's irrelevant at that point.
exactly.
Because it's going to be hot in there no matter what.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Do-do-do-do.
So why am I not able to see chat
What in
in Zoom? This is super weird.
what about that?
There
We
it
haven't
is.
actually said anything in it. That may be.
That makes sense.
Now, Raul hasn't gotten to the point where he has to time us on our shows yet, so
We're gonna try for 90 minutes.
maybe.
Yeah, I know that's kind of hard with anime.
Let me find this last card and I'll be good to go. Go 10, where the fuck are you?
Go 10.
Go 10. The only time anybody wants to have Goten. Tanks, Trunks.
If I could make it a little. There we go.
Do I not have another Goten?
All right. I'm ready when you are, CJ.
Fuck. Do I seriously not have another Goten? The crap.
Uh-oh. Okay.
The hell you say?
All right.
There he is.
We chat on screen. Okay.
I only have 3 Gotens? What the fuck?
Is this the card game?
Yes.
Here, I thought you were like messing around on your soundboard, and I just misheard Goten.
Nope.
I need to re-watch the because I dropped off of Dragon Ball Super right after the Frieza part, and then I picked it up a little bit on Goku Black.
Goku Black is worth a watch.
Yeah. I did see Goku Black. I saw.
I mean, honestly, because I mean, especially anybody here, starting on Goku Black would not be the end of the world. Like, watch the 2 movies, Battle of the Gods and Resurrection of F, because those are the 2 vastly superior ways of telling those stories. And then jump in. I think it's like episode 68, I want to say, and you get a great experience. Like that is your Dragon Ball Super experience.
Because the rest is filler, right?
Yeah, because that skips the Arale thing that happens there. Unless you're a huge Arale fan, I'm not judging you. I personally am not.
He actually is judging you.
No. If Goten was your favorite character, then I'd be judging. Poor Goten. I sincerely hope the next arc goes back and gives them a little bit more personality. Or any personality would be nice.
Yeah, Goten doesn't get much development, does he?
No, he gets some in GT, but that's it.
Yeah, I feel like his personality in Super is them trying to make him cute and it not really succeeding all that well.
Well, yeah, they try entirely to make him an antithesis to Trunks. And it just
I'm on
doesn't.
the chat. I mean, I'm not on the chat. I'm on the stream. I'm off the stream. On the stream.
All right, so now I got my thing plugged in. I got my iPad starting. Hopefully it doesn't crap out on me. All right, going here, pulling up notes, but I can do that one.
Okay.
So, we recording? We're good?
All right. Yes, we are recording. We're on Twitch. Audio level is good, chat room. Give them about 5 seconds to come back to us.
Test.
MB wants to know about the Open Directory 20 terabyte listing of videos.
Yep. Okay. Thank you, Dale.
Y'all get the Open Directory 20 terabyte listing of videos that's been floating around? No. Oh, is God King M-Beam's alt?
Yes.
Jeez. I get it. I understand because he's a Diamond Clubber and that's a Diamond Club joke, but seriously? It says it's M-Beam. I'll freaking mod that one too. Hold on.
You want to wait?
Why? I can do that very quickly.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh, he got by the Night King or by the Night Bot.
Right before getting modded.
Yep. Hold on. Remember, you're not on your main. There. Now you can do links. All right, there we go. So, 3, 2, 1.
You are listening to a podcast of the Geek.io Media Network. For all of our shows and more, visit geek-io.net. And to help support the network, head over to patreon.com/geekio.
Hello, gentle listener. While Geek.io holds its talent to the highest standards, what follows will likely involve the sort of language usually reserved for sailors on leave. If you're of a delicate disposition, then perhaps you would consider a different podcast.
Now for a lesson.
Konbanwa, Anime Otaku Show yokoso. Good evening. Welcome to the Anime Otaku Show.
You may have heard these words before, but I'll teach you what they really mean.
Remember, we will be discussing all episodes tonight. Anata go fuera o kinishi nanara soyo. If you don't mind spoilers, welcome.
Go beyond!
Yes, indeed. Hello, friends, and welcome to the Anime Otaku Show. This is episode number 8. I am DJ. I hate creatures boat. Joining me, as always, is Josh. My darling belongs to me, McGrath.
Hey.
Oh. Kerry, his face makes you think he can get away with anything, Wilcox.
Pretty much.
And Justin, the love potion was liquor, Carol.
The entire time, I prefer rum, maybe whiskey.
And of course, helping us get along is our amazing invisible producer, Raul. I hate his derpy face, Garza.
Hello.
He only slightly hates your grumpy face. Don't worry about it.
Derpy face, not grumpy face. What are we talking about tonight, Justin?
Tonight's shows are Darling in the FRANXX, episode 4 and 5, Flap Flap, and Your Thorn, My Badge, Grancrest War, Record of the Grancrest War, episode 5, Forest of Eternal Darkness, and episode 6, March, How to Keep a Mummy, episode 4 and 5, 4 being You Can't Play Tag by Yourself, and It's Fine to Play with Others. Episode 5 is Go Away Kindness, Go Away Fear. Then Ancient Magus Bride, 17 and 18, Look Before You Leap, Forgive and Forget. And apparently we might be talking about Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid today.
That one.
Episode 14. Okay.
That one.
Valentines and Hot Springs. Don't get your hopes up.
There we go. Me quickly editing the show notes because I realized it wasn't in there.
It is too
I
in
know,
there.
but not in the official making Justin say things part. Because we make Justin say things. Oh boy! All right, so let's start off with Darling and FRANXX Flap Flap.
Was that intentional or?
Yes, that was
Okay.
intentional.
Your
Kind
alarms
of
are on,
like you're horny. My bad.
Your alarms are on, baby.
Yeah. So, all right. I have two drastically different notes for these two episodes.
Correct.
So, episode 4, I wrote down, I honestly feel like we're watching a different show than other reviewers.
Yeah.
This show is kind of formulaic, but saying it's simply a mecha show is like saying Kill la Kill is simply an Eki show. Like, it's not. The comparison there just can't be made.
No, it can't.
Spoiler alert, I say something completely different in the next episode's notes.
Well, you see, my fiance and I were kind of just legitimately screaming by the end of episode 4, getting the fucking robot Shinji.
Yep. And he finally got in the fucking robot for a couple seconds, and in the next episode, he doesn't fucking. Okay.
We got some robot action.
Yeah, we got Hentai Worm
Yeah, got hentai worm.
with
I think it's big.
with a razor.
Oh, did you guys see the fact that somebody did the math at how much force it would take to pull that snake Klaxosaur out of the ground by the Trizella unit, it's like something like it would have taken 17 million psi of force.
I know you said Klaxosaur, but I'm adding title because it sounded like you said Coxosaur.
Yo, dog. Check out that Klaxosaur. It's got like 50 legs.
It does. And I typed tittle, so you know.
Yeah, like I've been reading comments about this show as Crunchyroll is posting things and whatnot, and I see so many people going, "Oh, this show is just perverted. It's really bad.
They have to have
I'm not-
pilot.
I'm not gonna watch anymore." It's like, do you guys know anything about how Trigger does things at this point?
Everything's a metaphor or outright blatant. I don't know, that I feel myself getting deeper inside of you is a little off.
That's what I wrote down that too.
I had a good laugh at that.
I mean, to be fair, these are the same commenters who actually think Kill la Kill is about clothing, so...
Yeah.
Right. Go ahead.
Yeah, I wrote down deeper inside you as well. Yeah, it's like it's so weird seeing the comments on this. And I mean, and a bunch of it's for people that I respect, and it's so weird that we have such a drastic differing opinion on this. And I kind of am starting to agree with people and wondering if it might be A1 intervention in it. Yeah. What is happening?
What is happening?
Justin,
Okay.
you're making rhythmic slapping noises.
Let's try this again.
Fap, fap, fap. Episode 4. Nope. You are
Yes,
definitely
I broke.
making boom beatbox noises.
I guess I broke my head.
No, we're gonna hear ourselves, but that's fine. It just a lot of people are kind of putting it on like A1 interaction involving like, because they apparently have their hands in the writing side of things, and people are kind of poking at them because of that. Now, I don't know how much I put that, but it's the only excluding factor that has not been involved in other Trigger shows that most people have unanimously enjoyed.
I don't know, because like at this point it really does feel like we're watching different shows, and I'm wondering, because we all went into this pretty much, it seems like, expecting a robot show and also metaphors for intimacy and sex and relationships. Like, we were all pretty much, okay, this is what's going on.
Yeah.
And everybody else who's putting all these comments was just expecting a straight up not metaphorical mega show. Yeah. And that's not why you watch Trigger.
I mean, admittedly, like, as much as like I wouldn't mind watching a Trigger take on just Gundam, because I mean, Trigger's take on shoujo with Little Witch Academia was awesome. So, like, I kind of would like there just being like, hey, here's a take on just straight ass Gundam. That would be cool, but that's not what I was expecting coming into this.
No, Trigger does coming of age stories.
Yeah.
That's what all of their metaphors have been, just from different perspectives.
Exactly. And I don't know. And because people are calling like this, like a bunch of people, like I said, people that I respect are calling it like the worst anime of the season and everything like that. Like, when there's stuff like, was it Kakuso or whatever the fuck it's called? Kokuso? Something like that. That is just wretched. And like the fact that people like enjoy Citrus more than this is a shame.
Yeah, Citrus is a little odd to be a fan favorite.
I really dislike Citrus like to my core.
Isn't that the Yuri stepsisters?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's awkward.
It's super awkward and it's like straight up like rapey.
Hey, it's totally legal. They're not biologically related.
Exactly. It's like they get real close to actually having the alpha girl almost flat out rape the beta girl.
Yeah.
It's not good. And the fact that people are enjoying Citrus more than Darling and the FRANXX, according to their comments, I don't know how truthful that is, but I mean their voice, the only one that I hear about them is the one on the internet, and the fact that they say that, it's like, what is wrong with you?
Right.
So,
I
is
mean-
there anyone online like that actually enjoys Darling in the FRANXX?
There is a pretty, I mean, we're a vocal minority, but there is a minority that enjoys Darling and the FRANXX. By the way, not a lot happened in episode 4. Shinji finally got in the fucking mech. And
We got to see that he is not in the typical female position, which we had theorized last episode.
yeah,
Right.
it is just she is femdoming him still, but you know, she's still in front.
She lets him be behind her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yes, and we definitely get that proven out in episode 5.
Well, and that whole sequence was a really neat exploration of cooperation and communication in relationships, because you have Zorome, trying to force the lead and shutting down Argentea in the process.
Yes.
And then you have Hiro, hey, 02, think we can go do this? She says yes, they do the thing flawlessly.
Yeah.
Right.
By the way, am I the only one who wouldn't care if Mitsuru died horribly?
I think we're gonna get that. He's popping pills like nobody's business. So
Yeah. I'm sad that, I mean, I don't know her. I don't even know her name, but I'm sad his partner's going to have to go down with him, because that's going to be how that works. But, I am okay without that, like, catalyst.
Not necessarily, because the one of the parasites from the other group mentions that he's lost his partner previously, and he has another one now, obviously.
Right.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I don't see how outside of a 0-2 situation, I don't see how a male can survive, and the female not, unless he dies outside of the mech. But that wouldn't be poignant enough for this show.
No.
Well, I mean, they've already hit on substance abuse themes.
Yeah, he's like taking fists full of drugs. Like,
at least 5 tablets of what appears to be an anti-anxiety medication. So,
Yeah,
although the onset of action on that was super anime accelerated.
yes.
part of me was about to ask you if you had any theories, Josh, on what those pills might have been, and then I realized I was doing that thing that your patients do, where I'm asking you to identify a small round white pill with no other identification marks on it.
I mean, I could imagine it being anime Prozac.
Anime Prozac, some sort of painkiller, could be a steroid.
Yeah.
Dude, drugs.
Either way, he calms the fuck down.
Yeah,
when
and
he's
that's what makes me think.
flipping his shit.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I think it's anime Prozac. I'm right there with you, Josh. So I mean, episode 4 was a action episode, pretty much, and that's what happened.
Yeah. Also, 02 throwing the shade at Ichigo
Mad
mid-battle.
Oh man, yes.
That smirk though.
02, I really like 02. Like, I have a feeling that she is going to become a great character by the end of the season. I am enjoying her character as it is, but I have a feeling she's going to be like one of the better character arcs of this entire season.
I hope she is. At least.
It just screams that way. And if Trigger didn't do that, I'd seriously be disappointed. So episode 5, So I'm noticing something here, guys. We have an episode of action and an episode of nothing happening.
No, this seemed kind of
No, shit
important
happened.
character.
Shit definitely happened.
Yeah, character
Just
development and stuff.
Nothing explosive.
Yeah.
Right.
Because Josh noticed something interesting with the other plantation's parasites, and he's
Where's
got a
that?
really neat theory on that.
Okay. I do notice they're all uniform and like actual military-ish and jacked up.
It's an exchange that happens between the two teams of parasites.
Okay.
The other plantation, 26, I think it was. All of them are much more demure in their demeanor. None of them have any sort of nickname designation.
Yep.
Zorome asks if anybody from their team has quote unquote become an adult. And the kid who later freaks out about having lost their partner on 02.
Yeah.
It flies completely over his head, like, what are you talking about? And then someone else chimes in, they don't know.
Yeah.
Right. So
not only is Plantation 13's team an exception to the rules otherwise established for these parasite teams, but I am now operating under the theory that these kids do not grow up.
Yeah,
not at all.
they have a life.
They are genetically engineered as children. They become parasites, and then they either die in battle or that's it.
Yeah. They have an expiration date. I could see that.
And Kerry also brought up the thought that their serial numbers may be some kind of grade system. Because
I
in
think
the
that's
opening,
definitely the case.
well, in the opening sequence, when the odd but kind of catchy opening theme is
I
playing,
like Kiss of Death. I've started really enjoying it to a point
It's-
where it is now in my rotation.
its syncopations are interesting. It's definitely growing on me. But Strelitzia is shown in the very beginning of the opening with code 000.
Right.
In the first episode, when it appears in its beast mode, it is confused as a Klaxosaur.
Yeah.
02 has horns and is basically described as having Klaxosaur blood.
Yeah. Well, they're overt with that one. Yeah.
We are now theorizing that all of these biologically engineered parasite children are in fact to some extent Klaxosaur blooded, and the closer to single digits they get, the more Klaxosaur they are.
And I think the amount of, because they were talking about yellow cells.
Yes.
Yellow blood cells.
Yeah, I'm thinking that
Which
number,
is a very chloroform thing, by the way. That yellow cells are what allows for photosynthesis within plants. So
Yeah, Strelitzia is basically altering Hero's blood.
yeah.
and
Probably
I'm thinking,
because he's so compatible with her. Sorry, Justin, go ahead.
yeah, I'm thinking that, of course, this is a multiple episode series. I doubt he's only going to drive with her 3 times. I think he's going to have some kind of transformation at a certain point.
Steriliza getting a third form when he goes.
No, I don't think it's the robot getting another form immediately. I think Hero becomes something else.
Yeah.
Come on, it's a mecha show. I want a third form on a Gundam.
Oh, I mean, that's more than likely going to happen.
What if we get a Mega Gatai moment?
I mean, they also did mention that the Team 13 FRANXX are
All
completely different.
Right.
They apparently all of the other FRANXX are uniform.
Yes.
Yeah, I would like to see that though.
We are gonna get Voltron.
I want to see the other. I want to see the other plantations, FRANXX.
We will see what happens there. But
Oh,
I
we're
did also-
guaranteed gonna get them. We're getting a. Did you guys watch Knights of Sidonia? By chance? This
No.
setup is this setup is really striking me as Knights of Sidonia.
Yeah, I get that.
But
Watch
the
it, by
other
the way.
things,
Kerry. It's
the other things that I'm noticing coming into a little bit of light, just going from the vagaries of the opening sequence into the series itself, we do see that Hero is not okay after his 2 pilotings.
At all.
He has something growing on his chest, and it is very visibly blue. In the opening sequence, and of course in the logoing and everything like that, there is a very concise pattern of red X, blue X, red X, blue X. In the
Right.
opening sequence, 02 is depicted for a brief moment with red skin,
Yeah, you're right.
and her suit is red, which
Yeah.
is different from
The white.
all of the other female pilots.
But that could also be considered a virgin thing, quote unquote virgin thing versus.
Also, yes, but I think it's not a. It's very intentional that mass on Hero is blue.
Oh yeah, absolutely. When all of the stuff is red and blue themed, and then she's red and he's turning blue. Yeah, it's.
I'm wondering if it's actually going to even go as far to do like red Oni, blue Oni.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was
Like is he going to grow a single horn to match her too?
Somebody pulled this out for me, and I can't believe I missed this. So, pretend I don't know this. What's 2 in Japanese?
Ni.
Yeah.
Oh, ni. Like, how the fuck did I miss that? Oh, ni. Like, how the hell did I miss that this entire time?
Right.
And she did go a little bit demonic when her mind control headband got knocked off.
Once the
not a fashion accessory.
Yeah, once the Broly headband came off, she about turned green haired.
Yeah, well, when earlier in one of the earlier episodes, when she puts it on, it flashes, and I knew then, like, oh, this does something.
Yeah,
but
even her Klaxosaur blood in check, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I really think Hero right now is not dying in the same way that the other attempted stamens died. I think he's going through a transformation, and the reason the other stamens died after 3 attempts is their body rejected the transformation.
Yeah, because it does, like, they go through like kind of hinting that there's a lot of like training and chemicals that go into this whole thing. But they never really go into why some people are not compatible with, other people. And, there has to be something involved there on a creepy, gropey robot scientist level. But we shall see, because the pacing on the show is interesting. It is very much so. And like, if I have any gripes about the show, it is the pacing is weird.
I agree completely.
It is definitely unusual. I don't necessarily mind all of the character growth that we're getting, even from the get-go, because like fucking Goro, man.
Yeah, it did. I mean, it did something that, like, I about called it Bible Black. No, that's a hentai. Black Clover.
Don't get those two confused, kids. Safe search on.
Bible Black Clover. There's a lot of screaming, but not for the good reason.
Mean, my ears.
Yeah. It's just also raping your ears with a tentacle.
So somewhere out there, DJ, you just inspired a Dojin writer.
Also, you just called me DJ.
I said CJ.
Call me DJ. It's all right. It's unlike that show. Like, the character development kind of comes, like, we don't get what would easily be considered a filler episode, quote quote filler, which a show this early in its infancy is more of a world building episode, like with Black Clover, where we got 2 episodes in. At least this show gave us a taste, and then then starts pulling, kind of leaking that out. But notice I didn't say the pacing was bad. It's just odd.
Yeah, see, I haven't really had any issues with the pacing, but that's, I think, because I'm approaching this show as a story of relationships and intimacy that also has badass giant robots in it. So for me, seeing Ichigo slap the shit out of 02 and seeing Goro struggle with well, do I do what Hero wants me to do, or do I tell my partner what's going on? That's still action for me, even though I don't get to see the awesome giant robots.
Right.
And yeah, it's
but-
different from a robot show, but that's because Darling in the FRANXX is not necessarily a robot show.
More robots, though.
We will get plenty of robots.
I want model kits.
Oh
This
my
show
God,
like does
Josh.
like,
Should be
this
so
show does
cute.
kind of scream like Knights of Sidonia pacing for me though. Like Sidonia did this thing where it would like pull you back and build this world for a couple of episodes, and then have like 4 episodes straight of just awesome in space mecha coolness, and then pull you back in for 3 or 4 more episodes, and then kind of blast out more. Like it feels more like that, but I thought that pacing was weird too.
Another particularly interesting thing from episode 5. How about that fucking breakfast prayer to Papa?
That was
Right.
creepy as
Oh,
fuck.
yes.
May Papa never thirst.
And then water is a big thing. Like they keep poking back at water.
Well,
In the
look at-
entire show is
look at-
everything kind of circles around it. Like the first lines you get is O2 saying, "I want a freshwater bath." Like,
Look at the environment the plantations are walking around in.
yes, it complete desolate hellscape.
And everything is based on magma energy.
So
Sucked up all the heat.
Papa Dr. FRANXX, you think, or is he a overwhelming?
I think Papa is something else. It's probably the head monkey mask individual.
That's fair.
But the fact that he is essentially god status to these children.
Oh, not in not like no, he is.
What
Well,
I'm
like-
wondering is it's one Papa for all of the plantations, right?
I think so.
It's insinuated thus, but never stated.
I mean, it is. They definitely say Papa with that sort of singularity.
Yeah.
It's not my Papa. It's Papa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not, my Jesus, it is Jesus kind of thing. It's
Yeah, I say that because Papa has a lot of involvement with just this one plantation, and we see a lot of other weird shit going on that we're finding out is not normal on the other plantations.
yeah,
So, is this some kind of beta test?
possibly.
Because
Yeah.
Hiro was referred to as a special specimen.
Yep, and
Right.
everything died before. So I mean, yeah, what's going on here? And it is definitely something I'm looking forward to seeing, like 1000%.
And something that I've pretty much noticed at this point, that's really kind of creepy, and I'm wondering just how and when it's going to pay off. Only the adults that are like directly face to face interacting with the parasites have faces. Every other adult we have seen in the crowds, all of their faces are covered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even the guard from the first episode that, what's her face totally survived that attack. She's dead. She's never coming back. She totally dead.
She can come back from the hospital and pilot with Mitsuru's partner after he dies, and we have our first lesbian FRANXX pilots.
Wait, although I still think Zerome is a girl. I think
Trap.
I think
Okay,
I
first-
think it's reverse trap.
first openly on-screen lesbian
There you
FRANXX
go.
pilots. How's that?
I still like it. Just everything from Zerome screams like because Trigger does put those tropes in there and kind of like spins them. So like Zerome is screaming like the trap trope, which is hard to say fast, and doing its Trigger thing to it, making it a girl pretending to be a boy.
I really do love, though, that he's already gone from asshole to lovable
Yeah.
little dipshit who thinks he's an asshole.
Yeah, lovable loudmouth. Like which hey, Black Clover people, that's how you make a lovable loudmouth.
Exactly.
He yells only when needed. The rest of the time, he's just kind of slightly above everybody else.
And he
Like,
doesn't scream gargle.
yes, exactly. It does not sound like he has testicles in his mouth the entire time. Oh boy. All right, so let's go ahead and move on, shall we?
Mhm.
To Grancrest.
Speaking of weird pacing,
Yeah. Yeah.
when the fuck did we get to this Forest of Eternal Darkness again?
In this episode.
Because I feel like we missed an entire episode or two there.
Yeah, I think this might be explained in like manga or a light novel, whatever is.
So yeah, basically, I did some research on this because I was annoyed by the fact that we went from immediate setting to immediate separate setting, which, you know, it's like, okay, they give some exposition there in the beginning, but nope. It just turns out, guys, that Grancrest Senki is a bad adaptation of a novel series.
Oh, fun.
So,
Bad? Wait.
like,
Oh.
yeah, people are saying that there's like a ton of information missing. They are skipping out on actual important exposition. They're like, as you guys said, they're messing with the pacing super hard.
Yeah.
So
It is really weird. Like, I mean, not in a wholly negative way, but like
It makes it difficult to follow.
it really does. Yeah, because we jump from, okay, so he's part of the Duke's entourage now. Cool. Boom. Werewolves.
Yeah, like I can forgive them speeding along a siege because they don't want to spend a month on it.
Yeah.
Going from, okay, I accept your invitation to join your army to, we're in some dark forest now for no reason. Okay, cool. That's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, I mean, there's no jump between the standard, you know, high fantasy elves shooting magic pew pew to universal monsters. And there's normally some kind of connecting thread there. They explain that later, like towards the end of the episode, but like at the beginning, it's just, oh, okay, apparently there are werewolves and vampires now and evil magic. Cool.
Transitions like that put me in mind of crossover fanfics.
Yeah.
right.
Don't get me wrong, as the episode went along, like I love the gypsy werewolves. They're really rad.
Badass werewolf queen is amazing.
Oh yeah.
I'm legit sad that she died in the episode she debuted in.
Yeah.
Well, she had to be thrown under the bus to make way for the Not Oni twins.
Yeah. For the
Which, by the way, the episode introduces the characters I was concerned about from the opening sequence.
Right.
yeah, they're
Still
not
concerned about them.
I don't know. They're not as problematic as Rem and Ram, in my opinion.
Yet.
Hey, Rem and Ram are best.
Yet. But the difference is Rem and Ram were introduced as problematic. Like they were introduced as very overtly fucking each other. Like
I do love how
like and I like that.
I do love how Demon Footman has adopted the werewolf twins and being like, okay, you're gonna be maids now.
Yeah.
Let me teach you the way.
That's part of what makes them problematic, though, because why?
Well, because he's a butler, so what else would he make him? I mean, like, there's literally no other jump there. I mean, in a Japanese show, you would not have female butlers. So the closest thing to that is a maid.
Hey, at least they're mostly clothed.
Yeah, like the maid outfits are not really egregious. Like, I mean, admittedly, we haven't got them in like battle scenes yet where they're running around on all fours because that's what they do. So,
I'm hoping they'll have other uniforms for that.
Hopefully. Because he didn't go into battle as a butler. He went into battle as just like ninja dude. So
Badass ninja dude, man.
So I hope they have a battle outfit. Because yeah, when they were in their gypsy outfits running on all fours, like they're proud people though, so I don't know if they would allow themselves to do that. And I might be just I may come attached to characters that are part wolf for no reason whatsoever. And I might be injecting my own personal opinions on how wolf creatures should behave, but for no good reason. None whatsoever.
Also, again, being the counterpoint to the ballast here, Luna.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. It's fine. It's fine.
Hi, Moon.
Oh, yeah.
fine.
It's like we find out the Vampire King's name is Bitey.
Or Fang.
No, it's just gonna be like dark. His name is gonna be like Kage Kage.
Kage
well,
Kage Kage.
Yes,
name
Where
is
did he?
Fang.
Where did he go?
it's like Boba 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 Bobo, but Kage 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 bite.
Does Teo defeat him? Does he just fuck off?
He just fucks off. He's going to work with the other people because they kind of insinuate that he would be working with the Black Mage, which is working with the Black Witch, rather, which is working with the people that rejected Silica. I don't.
Yep.
Stupid names.
By the way,
Stupid names of organizations.
that whole progression of that plot was really weird because you open it up with this meeting and he's talking to the werewolf queen and he's like, no, I'm not going to harm my guest. You know, the werewolves fought against the evil thing, blah, blah, or the vampires fought against the evil thing with the werewolves, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to kill my guest. Oh, but you'll let me kill her, whatever, I don't care. And then suddenly she's killing the werewolf queen and the vampire dude wants her to die. And then Saluka and Teos show up and he goes, haha, fuck you, I want the Age of Chaos to continue, and flies away.
Yeah,
Like,
bad adaptation.
What?
The issue, the biggest, do you want to know the biggest issue of how I have with this one is the point between this episode, next episode, because they directly state, we're going to be here a while. We're going to have an awesome training arc with these two new characters that we just introduced in this awesome forest that has a lot of dark and spooky, highly magical things. Next episode, nope, fuck you, we're back in town.
So we did get some really neat character development in the next episode.
Yeah, including a new outfit for Silica, which is really pretty.
Very much so.
And
I also enjoy the fact that she is not Boob Queen. Like, I'm so happy that Silica.
No, that's Scarlet.
Yes, and that's fine. I'm just happy that Silica isn't just a magical pair of tits. Like,
yeah. Also, the scene where Teo tries to dance with her was really freaking cute.
yes,
It was. And it was a political move.
yeah, it was.
Somebody posted an analysis on why he made the decision that he did, and it makes complete and total sense to cement himself as a blithering buffoon.
Yep,
So people underestimate him?
absolutely. And that's what Dervish Dude did, and like, yeah, he beat him because Dervish Duke or whatever the hell's freaking
Stone cold fucking killer.
yeah,
Yes,
dude,
stone cold.
awesome dude is cool, but he underestimated Teo, and at least Teo was able to stand up to him. He lost, but that's how you do in these kind of anime. Like,
And I mean, Scorpion King was threatened enough to go get in a pissing match with Teo.
Right.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing too how long it takes for Villar and Scarlet to get together.
yeah, I don't remember the name of the blood, but was it like, is he part vampire? He screams part vampire to me for some reason.
The Cliche blood?
Yeah,
Well,
I don't remember
Kreisch,
where that's from.
Kreisch is the royal family of one of the factions.
Oh,
Right.
I think from the opposing faction, actually.
That is correct.
yeah, probably, because they wouldn't have made a big deal. I just couldn't remember. Like, they kept bringing up blood, and like, I was watching this at work, and I'm like, that's probably vampire stuff.
Vampires?
Yeah, no, they're talking genealogy.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was me just kind of not being able to focus entirely on it. So I'm like, yeah, it's probably some vampire bullshit. I'll ask everybody else and be proven wrong. Hey, look, I asked everybody else and was proven wrong.
Yeah, it's a Lannister with a Stark mom, basically.
Yeah.
So how about that fucking dance sequence?
Yeah.
That was so good.
Yes.
Like almost literally fucking dance sequence.
Oh yeah.
Including ass crack dress and moans.
Yeah.
Like Jesus. lay on the subtext a little, thicker. Why don't you?
Okay.
Next, she's gonna pop controllers out of her butt for the Duke to control.
But now she doesn't show up for the rest of the series.
No, yeah, because they're writing her off for no good reason. because reasons.
Well, they're
It's
shown
all for story reason.
Yeah, I know.
they're shown together in the opening. I'm pretty sure this is not the last we're gonna see of her.
Yeah, I just have this feeling that because Silica is her direct replacement, like we're gonna get some weird, like not needed drama between Teo and Earl of Sandwich, and and eventually he'll just be like, no, you know that what she thinks of me is not actually what I am.
But with all his talk of treasuring women and not being able to take a bride, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that he will notice that Saluka has feelings for Teo and not do anything about any other.
At first, I thought the treasuring women thing was a little problematic, and then they explained it a little bit later. Again, some issues with the pacing of the show. Like, because I wrote down, you know, oh boy, he's one of these guys that treats women like possessions. That's fantastic. And then later they get beyond what it actually, you know, what he means behind that, which was nice, but would have
Yeah,
been.
no, he's making sure other people can treat them like possessions.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, because that's the thing is like, it's one thing to offer to void your mage's contract at age 25 so they can retire and make babies, but to force them?
Yeah.
And it's never said whether they can get another contract after he voids theirs.
And it's insinuated because Silica does.
Well, no, she's still contracted to Teo.
Well,
Right.
I mean, unless she was lying, she distinctly said she was under contract to him at the beginning of the episode.
She was
She
on
had-
her way to form a contract with him. She had
Right.
agreed to contract with him and basically engaged, not married.
Mm.
She was engaged. Teo shows up and she goes to Vegas with Teo.
Yeah.
is what happens there.
Murder Vegas.
'Cause,
And
I mean, I'm pretty sure the contracting actually involves the crests. So
yeah.
Uh,
So
speaking-
basically, when Saluka and Teo join Villar, Teo's like, okay, well, my condition for joining you is I get to keep my contract with Saluka. And Villar accepts on the condition that he can still give orders to Saluka as if she were one of his own mages.
Right.
Again, pacing is weird, and these questions wouldn't need to be asked if it was explained just that little bit extra. Like,
Yeah.
No, like as I said earlier, it's sadly a bad adaptation of a good novel series, which is everything that I'm reading about the series. It actually makes me want to go find the
Read
light
it.
novel somewhere.
I
and
mean,
read
I
it.
don't think it's bad personally. It's just not.
It's
like
it's
I'm
a
enjoying
fun-
the anime.
yeah. It's a
But-
fun anime. It is a good time. It's entertaining. I care about the characters. However,
but as an adaptation of the written work, it is not good, apparently.
Exactly.
yeah,
And
a
that's
poorly
fine.
executed adaptation.
That's fair.
Also, something completely random I noticed and pointed out to Kerry, and we actually had to rewind a little bit. Has anybody else actually stopped to look at the fucking water animation when, during the opening sequence, Theo is having his horse brought to him?
No.
No.
Yeah,
When he gets off the boat and the horse is just like, hey, I'm here to be your horse. Watch the water on the fucking beach. Like, that is some fucking photorealistic.
This is a gorgeous show.
Like, even for this show's high standard of animation, look at that water. Someone is killing themselves on that water animation. Like, somebody please notice me.
and the weird thing is that like in the rest of the show, in the rest of the opening, in the rest of everywhere, it's normal cell shaded hand-drawn style anime water. And then for 2 seconds you get fucking Skyrim watching up on the beach while he's pulling his Robin Hood Men in Tights, my kingdom for a horse.
I mean, this is one of the more pretty, like, for new anime this season. Like, the only one that is better than this one, in my opinion, of course, take this as a grain of salt, is Someplace Better Than the Universe, or whatever it is. Like,
Someplace past the universe.
yeah, that one. I mean,
Beyond the
obviously,
Universe?
Ancient Magus Bride is still just, we'll get to that in a couple of moments. But, like, this for a new series, like I can only think of that universe one as looking better than this one, but that's all that I've watched.
But yeah, still enjoying this show. It's just some things make me pause and go, "What?"
Yeah.
I mentioned to Josh when we were watching our stuff, because we scrolled past it on our way to go watch Mummy, is every other week we talk about this show. Every week we watch this show. And every week until we scroll past it on Crunchyroll, I forget that we're watching this show.
Oh.
I don't know why, because I am enjoying it. I like the characters and the story. It just, for some reason, I'm like, okay, we've watched Mummy, time to watch Magus. Oh, wait a second, we're missing one.
Yeah, I could see that. But hey, I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah, it makes me, like, your comments, Justin, makes me wish that the adaptation would have been better so that this could be the epic that people are wanting it to be.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, admittedly, like my bar was set pretty high when Justin's like, "Hey, here's this record of anime that may may get your itch for 7 Deadly Sins out of the way," and I'm like, that was an impossible high bar.
Because it had the pedigree, and I was thinking, okay, this is gonna rock it,
and it's enjoyable. I'm
exactly.
not disliking my time, but yeah, it was. I think it's an impossibly high bar. A great animation though, like the not only just the dance sequence, but like the fight choreography on this is great. Like when
it's incredible,
so good.
When Scorpion King, as Kerry called him, just goes apeshit on those assholes that try and Lannister him. Like, this show does kind of strike.
I like that one kid.
Yeah.
I'll do exactly as you ask, happily.
Smartest kid in the fucking show so far.
Right.
Yeah.
Though same face, same body as Valkyrie's boyfriend.
Who's still around, and that makes me happy.
I just looked at him like, is that Valkyrie's boyfriend? Because I don't remember her name. Because she was in one episode that she mattered in, nothing else.
I really hope that in a future episode we get to go to Valkyrie and boyfriend's wedding.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
Like, he's gone from running from her to like completely adoring her.
Yeah.
And let's face it, who doesn't?
People who are wrong.
Speaking of adoring people, how about a mummy?
Oh my god, you guys.
Just pardon me while I weep openly at adorableness. Like,
this is overload adorable cuteness. Oh my god.
Yeah, speaking of Raul being here, Justin, it's 11:13. Do you need to go?
Yeah, I do actually.
Raul started talking. I'm like, wait a second, I need to look at the time. Oh shit.
Well, it was a pleasure, guys.
Justin has shitty timing and he can't stay out for a full podcast. Bye, Justin.
Bye-bye.
Night, Justin. Thank you.
Love you, Justin.
Slacker ass. Hi, Raul. How are you?
I am doing good.
So yeah, mummy. We get the Oni.
We get the Oni. The Oni is so cute.
It is the
Funny.
greatest thing ever. Turns out tsundere is genetic in this universe. And
Apparently so.
And everything supernatural is just natural. Like, the greatest thing, like, if you didn't have me sold on this adorableness before, just tsundere, not Sasuke, catching the Oni, oh, he's just a child, this is okay, but what when he grows up? And then all of the pictures. The giant Oni, and he's still in the same bikini, like the same briefs bottom, with the giant package just lying all over his shit, was just amazing.
And the same derpy face with the bodybuilder body.
Yes. Oh my god. I'm just like, how? I mean, this kind of gives you an insight on how this kid's mind works.
Oh, if do you see some of his comments in the episode after this? This kid is gonna grow up to be in the industry.
Oh yeah,
And I don't say that as a bad thing. He is clearly into some stuff, and go him.
yeah. We're not king shaming. Just you do you, Sasuke.
Raul, you need to sort out the names. Because I'm definitely not marrying you.
Also, M Beam, the Justin has a nice stash.
He's pointing out that the names are currently fucked on Twitch.
Yeah.
Now they're sorted out.
Yeah.
They were.
I was working it in studio mode.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Kerry.
I was gonna say, the question is, M Beam, do you mean mustache or robot stash? Because part of that is mine.
Hands off.
That is our stash.
What, the mustache or the robot stash?
The mustache is his, the robot stash is ours.
75% is Josh's, 25% is Kerry's.
Oh, and how is Sora so pure and
Yeah, he just like starts talking to Coney.
and he's like he views everything in the most positive light
Yeah.
ever.
And he's not stupid. Like, unlike most other characters that would have this, like, that kind of character would be a moron. Like, he is well studied, he is well liked, he's well respected, he's intelligent. Like, he's just a kind human being, and I love it. Like,
a few comments I have from the previous episodes. The little knife is adorable. And then him getting sick. I know you said this last time, but him getting sick and like quarantining himself.
yeah,
From everyone?
from last episode, yes.
Yeah, that's
So Japanese.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So I mean, just and speaking of sick, the Oni getting sick and just shivering like outside of window.
every night.
But yes,
And he's just like, oh, throwing him out in the afternoon.
never aggressively, just kind of, all right, you need to go.
Bonk.
Like, yeah, it's never. I don't see it as mean spirited anyway. Like, he's just like, all right, you are not my pet. You are not my friend. I took care of you. Now leave.
Oh, when he's fake sleeping.
Yeah, until Sasuke calls him by name.
His
Yeah.
name is Coney.
Oh my god,
Only
Goni.
Coney.
The translation of the going through it, like, Coney, Oni child, Coney, Connie. I love it.
Yeah, the little subtitles of the creatures are the cutest freaking things.
They really are.
Yeah. The little thumbs up.
Yes.
Me.
It's just everything about this show, and the issue, like, we can't really give any critiques to it because, I mean, it's just sugar fluff. Like, but that's exactly what we wanted. Like, I kind of have the unspoken agreement with Kerry that she'll watch all of my stupid shonen bullshit as long as I watch something sugary and fluffy with her. And
And don't get me wrong, I love shonen bullshit, but I want something comfy too.
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. And like, I mean, this might be a little bit beyond comfy for me because it's nowhere near Sakura Saccharine Sweet. But like, it's kind of like, I think if we kept going with Katsume Kitan last season or whatever it was, I think we may have ran into like a similar, like, almost oversaturation of cuteness. But like, we're watching a lot more aggressive shows this season, so I'm okay with having this as the downer. Like,
Oh yeah.
no, the problem with the Fox Motel anime was that it was just absolutely Bart with 20 consecutive megaphones, lesbians.
and I watch and love New Game, so getting hit over the head with lesbians is nothing new for me on anime. Like,
But it also did that thing that we didn't like about Cardcaptor Sakura, where everybody talks in a whispery falsetto
Yes.
all the time.
Yeah, like you have Japanese females, which already have pretty high voices, talking in falsetto for no good reason to sound younger, and it starts to grate on me for the same reason why I kind of still hate Goku's Japanese voice.
It grows on you.
I've been watching Goku in Japanese now for years, and it still bothers me.
We also got the dragon, who is a complete and utter sweetheart.
Yes, and girlfriend Sean hates lizards. It's okay with bugs. Hates lizards.
Yeah, just picks up the bug like if it's nothing.
And sees this dragon and just sees lizard-like qualities, and like she's freaking out, and all he wants her to do is just stop freaking out. It's okay, I won't hurt you, please.
He just wants to comfort her. He brings her stuffed animals and tells Sora that she fell down the stairs, which, by the way, again, example of Sora being the most pure human being on the fucking planet.
Sees this dragon,
trashed house, meets the dragon, and plays charades with it to figure out what he's trying to say.
Yes.
Well, and it also shows a little bit of his. He's known about Oni and
the supernatural
stuff since he's been young, because his father travels and sends him stuff.
Of some kind.
Wait, was it episode 4 or was it 3 where his aunt? The one who's his caretaker.
Kaede-san.
Yeah.
Into Kaede-sama.
Yes. Where she's like, oh my God, he sent a coffin. He just knows what to get me.
Yeah, apparently weird is genetic too.
Yeah, so Dairy is genetic and weird is genetic.
Yeah, I mean, she was napping in the coffin with the dog.
With Pochi.
Oh, and Pochi
So I was just like, I'll just give her space, and closes it.
And like Pochi, they could have made him to be the jealous pet, but
Yeah,
they
no,
didn't.
he's cool with everything too.
Yeah, they're running around, and the Sora's friends like, don't break anything, and like they're just playing tag. Wait,
Yeah.
are they playing tag? Oh, and then Poochie comes in and does the same thing.
Yeah, starts playing with them too. Like, it's just, this show is so beautiful. Like, like, we're eventually gonna have to get a conflict, but we obviously have to get our introduction of our 4 characters and our 4, special animals before we get the conflict.
Which one are we missing? Because we got the dragon,
Teleport pig.
Blonde dude and teleport pig. Yeah.
teleport. Oh yeah, the one that was in the first episode, the one that looks like he's exhausted, right?
Yeah.
Or just spaced out.
Yep.
Or both.
Yeah. And then blonde dude who shows up every so often that I can never remember his name. But then again, I don't remember. Like, I only remember Sora because it's a Kingdom Hearts name.
Kashiwagi is Sasuke. Or no, Kashiwagi is...
Kashiwagi is Sora.
Yeah.
And then there's Sasuke and girlfriend Chan and blonde dude.
Motegi.
Yeah, that one. Girlfriend Chan.
Yeah, but with a show like this, it's just going to be whatever the conflict and then how it's going to end. Oh, no. You don't think it's going to end with, like, all their friends just, like, disappearing or going away?
Like, you're going Madoka again. Never go full Madoka. It's okay. I don't think we're going to go there, Raul. Calm down. I think we're going to get an antagonist, and it's probably going to be, like, probably akin to, and I'm sorry, but my kids have been watching it recently, probably more akin to like Fairly Odd Parents level of antagonists. Like, we don't really want everybody knowing about these things, and there's a chance that these things could get fully known out about.
Yeah, because the thing is, I think it's like the episode 3. Sora makes it apparent that these creatures speak to one another and they pass around what humans are okay to be around.
Yes. So that's the reason why everybody's kind of cool with Sora, because these creatures all just kind of have this thing of like, hey, this guy's all right.
And by proxy, his friends must be all right. And so far, that's been the case.
Yeah. I have a feeling because I mean, when we've seen Blonde Boy, he's a little less. I mean, he's not friends with Kashiwagi and Sasuke, but you know, he's kind of just classmates with them. So I have a feeling he's going to be the quote unquote antagonist that will become the friend.
He seems like the type who might be the Japanese stereotype of like Brock,
Yes.
the kid who is working himself half to death to help support his family.
Yeah.
Because his family is probably him and
18
maybe
sisters.
mom or dad.
Yeah. Or 18 sisters.
Yeah. So because Kerry's pointed out, and I can't remember the name of the thing right now, but whatever teleport pig is the same creature that Musharna is based off of,
Yep.
one of the new weirder Pokemon, and that thing's associated with sleep and dreams.
Yeah.
And so this kid probably gets maybe 1 or 2 hours of sleep a night, and teleport pig may help with that.
Yeah, possibly.
Also, we're hopefully going to get the backstory of Sasuke and the dragon. Because it is confirmed that this is the same dragon he saw when he was a kid.
Yeah, because he saw the dragon and like freaked the fuck out. Like,
I wonder if they're going to show how the Oni got injured.
possibly that was a big drawing
Rob-
point between Sasuke and him. Was like, hey, we have the same scars, you and I.
Whether or not it's the case, they did mention Setsubon, which is a Japanese festival of throwing dried beans to kick the Oni out of your house.
Yeah.
Ah.
Hence why they're like, don't give the Oni beans.
Yes. Because
The dragon apparently loves Nato, though, that sick son of a bitch.
No, because the dragon is so empathetic, right? That what he's doing is he's eating the food that nobody else wants to eat, so they don't have to.
Isn't natto like fermented
Fermented soybeans.
which I mean,
They are sticky and rank and smelly.
but apparently once you get adjusted to them, they're not bad. From what I understand, I have not tried them.
Never will.
You know
I
how
will.
American
I'm willing to
kids-
shove anything in my mouth once. So
You know how American kids are stereotyped as hating like broccoli? Natto is the Japanese kids' despised food of stereotypical choice.
Gotcha. Makes sense. All right. So moving from fluff to a show that's nothing but plot, Ancient Magus Bride.
Oh my god, this episode 17. Look before you leap. They used music in this perfectly.
So I had a one of my biggest notes on here was they animated the snowflakes, and each of them is different. They animated the snowflakes, you guys.
They have a
That
budget.
is the attention to detail on this fucking show. This is the budget is just never ending on this show. I'm sure of it.
You know those plushies of Elias and Ruth are paying for this show.
Hey, you know what? Cool. Keep it up. Gotta pay off on the teddy bear. What'd it do?
Yeah.
Right?
It's real cool.
Also, Chisei immediately putting it to good use.
This is your magic. Hey, and she's smart. So she's like, hey, wait. All the neighbors love my magic and want to get a nibble of it. So now I have literal embodiments of my magic. I can definitely use this. Good on her. Like
Right?
Yep.
that is her using her really great intelligence to for great use.
And even Elias remarks on it. He's like, oh, hey, that's actually really smart. Can we talk about him possessing her?
That was a little weird. And so these couple of episodes kind of give you a different look on Elias.
I'm wondering if they've got some kind of communication bond thing going on when he's in her shadow, because when he comes out of Chisei possession mode, she tells him thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, but again,
It was still creepy as shit.
yeah, it's creepy, and like, because it is still, and you know, it's not portrayed as such, but it is still a old magical thing and a 16-year-old girl. Like, so just him, poof, now he's taking over her. Like, for all, it might just be an American kind of thing where it's just like, okay, this is overstepping bounds, but they may have those bounds that are there that are okay for, because like you said, yeah, she says thank you. And it might be a thing where in order to do something like that, they have to exchange something, and she may not know that. So Elias is like, I don't know, name your price. Sweets, cool.
Yeah. Like, she may have opened herself up to him speaking through her specifically so they could set that up.
Yeah.
It was still like the effect of it was really cool, with the shadows wrapping around her neck and her eyes going all gray.
Yes.
Fuck Ash and I.
Yeah, Ashton has a dick and gonna be.
Oh,
Well, we kind of get in the insinuation that him and Joseph are going to be working together. I'm sorry, because I can't call him by his proper name. I apologize. Him and Knights of Magic are going to be working together.
No, call him Cardafelis, because that's the name that triggers him.
I just like calling him Knights of Magic because it's fun.
but
Ernesti is too pure for this.
but
He
that
just died again and was rebirthed as this asshole.
yeah, but at the very end of episode 17, not the very end, but like when the little girl's realizing that she said that I wish you were never here, or wish that you would just disappear. And
This show teaches lessons.
yes, it does. But one thing I really love is that the music goes kind of, I don't want to call it sour, but yeah, it does go kind of sour and
sure.
like,
Minor key.
yeah.
Yeah, minor key. And then like the awesome discordant, like crazy wacko bullshit whenever Ash and I is on is fantastic. Like it sets everything on this sets the mood, the proper mood that you should be feeling.
Yes, this makes you feel there is something wrong here.
Also, there's no plushies for Ruth and Elias. Not at all that I'm looking on the Crunchyroll site right now.
There's those really expensive but totally worth it if you can afford them statues.
Yeah.
Yeah, the statues. Ooh.
I want a Ruth plushie.
Give him time.
There's a 2519 Ruth premium vignette mascot collection.
I just want Ruth.
Yeah, and it's real cool looking. I'll link it in the Twitch chat.
Crunchyroll Geek.io at gmail.com.
What? all right. We're gonna pull the old Budlong trick. Hey Raul, what's our email address?
Geek.io at gmail.com.
There you go. Before Josh and Kerry, before you came on, there was a thing where Budlong would never remember our email address, and I would just grill him constantly about it. So, you know, Raul's just carrying that torch.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and we got it feels like as Elias starts becoming more comfortable with Chisei, he's also relaxing the walls, so to speak, and that lets things out that are always not the best side of him.
Yeah.
Like where he gets jealous and decides to wrap her up in the shade of a bush and bite her shoulder when she tries to leave.
Yeah, that's like I mean, episode 17 was pretty much fuck Ash and I, and also Selkie giving Chisei a fish for Christmas.
That was adorable.
That was great. Angelica giving a great like thing. Though, okay, before we get into full blown the next episode, I mean, the thing that the bracelet that Elias made, Angelica make her, is basically neutering her of magic. unless she's hyper stressed or has her wand, which is kind of fucked. Like, and yes, I understand there's a sentiment behind it because he doesn't want her accidentally killing herself. But like, you can't think of a
What if
better
she needs it?
shutting it off. Like there has to be a better way than neutering her.
Well, I think the issue is because he gave her the ring to limit her magic, and she destroyed it because her potential is so powerful, and then nearly died. Like, he tried just controlling the magic, and keep in mind that with a wand, with a familiar eating some of her magic, and with the magic teddy bear growing flowers out of her magic, she still is making too much.
Yeah.
He probably is trying to go as extreme as possible just to have some effect until she's able to control it herself. I doubt this is supposed to be a permanent solution.
Yeah, it felt off-putting to me.
Yeah, and then that might be part of it, is he's starting to become a little bit more possessive of her.
Very much so.
Yes, his emotions are starting to. Well, no, that's the next episode, but yeah, because he doesn't understand human emotions.
Yeah, that's the reason why he wanted her to be his human teacher, but he doesn't understand that she's broken too.
And how he gets jealous in the next episode.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the next episode then.
So Stella filled her bargain, her end of the bargain.
Also, before we do, real quick, Chisei is an animagus at this point.
She's a druid.
Yeah.
She is a druid in the true sense of the word.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. So yeah, Angie comes through. Good girl. Awesome. And true anime fashion, especially in anime of this quality. That food looks so good. Bone Daddy's grumpy, and I'm going through my notes as I'm writing them down. Oof, Bone Daddy is grumpy. Is he jealous of her having friends? Bad Elias. He is jealous of her for having friends. Also, weird chimera looking Elias.
Yeah, we've seen that before. In the Yule episode, that was the form that he used to climb the tree to get the mistletoe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's been slowly letting her see these other forms more often, as she shows him that she won't, scream and run from him in terror.
Yeah,
well, she hasn't. After all the stuff that she's seen, I mean.
Yeah. I don't think she's really capable of screaming and running in terror. Like,
not from Elias.
Well, not from anything apparently, because she faced down Goo Dude with barely batting an eyelash.
Yeah, but I mean, Elias didn't know, right, that she would just tolerate that, and so she had to prove to him that she was not only accepting but willing to see this stuff before he would start relaxing and showing it to her. Because he's been told all his extremely long existence that he is wrong.
Yeah.
That his existence is wrong.
Though she has it right, man. When you need somebody to take care of somebody, get them home safe, there's nobody better than Ruth.
The worried faces that Ruth makes in this episode are so adorable.
Yes.
Like, we've been seeing him switch in and out of human form more and more the past few episodes, which I love, and I love the faces we've been getting out of him.
Yeah.
Because he's worried a lot of the times, concerned, big brother, good boy, best dog, best friend. And then there's also occasionally, the I put up with all of this shit face.
Yeah. So I go, and my next note is, okay, so he's running. She's going to turn into a wolf or something, right? Following note, yep, and an awesome looking one at that.
Yeah, and she's like going through her head, like, what animal do I need?
Yeah, fox
Bear-
is too slow, too big as a bear. Wolf.
Yeah, something with stamina because I need to catch up with him. Yeah, wolf.
So that's the reason why she didn't go like cheetah or something like that. Like she needed something that could track and make sure that he's, that could keep up with them. So yeah, all right.
We get some payoff on the procession of the Horn God.
Yeah,
Yes.
which apparently is touched on a lot deeper in the manga than in here. But yeah, I mean they paid it off well enough for a side point. Like
Yeah, the fact that, oh, you made an offering to Mother, so I'm going to help you. And that was the person who brought Chisei her wand, too. It was the same hand.
Yep.
At first I thought it was Lindell's hand, but it didn't look quite right. And then it was like, oh, okay, it's her.
Yeah.
I thought it was Magus Chisei, actually.
Oh, the future Magus Chisei. Or her inner Magus Chisei.
Archmaid Chisei.
Yeah. High Druid.
That would have worked, too. Where she's helping herself from the future.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember, how did she get out of that one?
She tried to stab herself in the neck.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And
did you hear the sound Elias made?
Yes.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
and just her trying to describe jealousy to this thing that has never like experienced something like this before.
Hasn't experienced a lot of things.
Yeah, and like really, neither is she. Like in a lot of ways, like what a normal 16-year-old girl would deal with jealousy of like friends talking to other friends or boyfriend talking to another girl or something like that. She doesn't do. She's never had. So like jealousy for even her is like,
how do I explain this?
yeah, she's like, okay,
But she still tries.
yeah.
Also, the fact that someone with the critically low self-esteem that she has is still able and aware enough to recognize that Elias is jealous over her.
Yeah. I mean, she's seen it. She went to school, but yeah, absolutely. Like, yeah, it's like, wait, this is over me. This is okay. This is new.
Oh, what's new is her singing.
So she's she's apparently an Omnimagus because she can do potions, not very well, but she can do them. She can do standard magic, not very well, but she can do it. Apparently she's real good at Santa magic.
Yeah, she knocks Ellis out cold.
So here's my small point on this one. Speaking of, this is the episode of weird editing. So cuddle time, sweet, awesome, cool. Singing.
That was adorable. The cuddle time.
And then he wakes up and everybody's looking worried. I'm like, what? Why? What? Like, because I saw, you see Ruth and Silver in the hallway. Like, I'm expecting her to freak out because they're sleeping together, but she's worried. I'm like, okay, what's happening here? It's just a night. Like, this is not a look that she would be giving. And then she goes to Angie. She's like, he's been asleep since the 29th. I'm like, when the fuck did that happen?
Oh,
Yeah.
rudest wake up ever.
Just let me shove my arm down your throat. I really would have loved to have woken up and seeing Silky like on the threshold of the bedroom with a frying pan in one hand.
I can imagine, like, apparently, because he was apparently out for some time, which wasn't shown in the show. I can imagine that being like the first night, like, yeah, her with the frying pan there, and then all of a sudden realizing that Ellie isn't waking up. But that's
Also,
never explained, like, until we get to Angie.
Yeah, the way Chisei is learning to handle him, though, is really impressive.
Yes.
Because he has this tantrum based on jealousy, and she's not angry.
Yeah. And Ruth nailed it.
How do I fix this?
Ruth nailed it. Like,
yeah, they go from being father and daughter to mother and son.
yeah. Or, a decently balanced relationship couple. But that's,
She has to try and figure out, well, what do I do with this, this child having a tantrum? Well, first off, you threaten to take the toy away.
And the toy in this case is her.
But she doesn't punish the child for not knowing how to cope with something.
Exactly.
Once the situation is resolved, what does she do? Let's go to bed.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll stay up. We'll talk, and then we'll fall asleep together. And they do, and after I love the voice actress for the singer. Like that was great. That was beautiful. It was obvious that because of the focus that they were putting on him, like I wrote down, she has Santa magic. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it was sweet at first because it was just, oh, she's actually singing him a lullaby. Like,
And then it
holy
carried
crap,
on.
that's adorable. And then you start seeing the sparkles, and it's like,
Uh-oh. Going full
Grandpa,
Santa.
I cannot wait. Like, obviously, Grandpa Lindell's got more important things to do right now.
Oh,
Eventually, we'll get to that in a second, but eventually, they're gonna have to tell him that his precious baby granddaughter Chise has manifested the singing talent, and also she accidentally conked Elias the fuck out for like a week.
So
And I can't wait to see his reaction to that.
So next up, yay, we get more Angie.
The Angie sequence was great.
Angie's husband is so hot.
And a giant freaking teddy bear.
Yes, and that just makes him even hotter. Like he is, man. Like,
dad tier.
oh yeah, like I may have a soft spot, and we'll use the term soft spot lonely for hot dads, but like, yeah, oh boy.
Angie's husband is your dream daddy?
Yes, Angie's husband is definitely my dream daddy. I'm like, oh, there's a whole bunch of stuff going around, but man, he's so pretty. And yes, I wrote down, yay, more Angie. Angie has a hot husband. So no, it's not just, anime women that I objectify, it's anime men too.
There's a difference between objectifying and appreciating.
Yeah, maybe it's animation.
Yeah, and what do you do with art? You appreciate it.
It's objects. I can own an art. I want one art, please.
Hello, one art, please.
And just the adorable daughter and the dad just being like, yeah, that's a thing. Showing again, like, yeah, dadding is hard. Being a parent is difficult, and he's
especially when your kids do magic.
Yeah, he's just a normal dude having to deal with all this shit, and he kind of insinuates, I'm guessing, that Maguses, if they have proper, education and don't blow themselves up, have longer lifespans, because he's like, yeah, I'm going to die a lot sooner than my wife, so I just have to deal with that.
They are potentially immortal, because Lindell is extremely old.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was like a shot. And then he's assuming that because as of right now, there's no fix for Chise. Like, as far as anybody knows, she has an expiration date of 2 months. Like, obviously that won't happen because we already have flash forwards to a older Chise. So unless we're going multiverse theory, and please don't go multiverse theory, she's going to survive. We don't know about Elias, but she's going to survive.
That would be the most heart-wrenching fucking twist right there.
God, yes.
Please do not do that.
Yeah, she lives, but he has to die. Like, oh no.
So let's talk about something who needs to die, though.
Yeah. My notes here. I want to read my notes here. Dragons, yay!
Dragons, no!
Dragons, no!
Lindo, yes!
Santa just killed a bitch!
No, fuck yeah, Santa! Fuck those fucking assholes that touched your babies! These are my exact quotes from my notes. Wait, is that Knights of Magic guy? That's Knights of Magic guy. Wait, what's Knights of Magic guy? I have planned for those innocent dragons! Fuck you, Knights of Magic guy!
And he's got a strand of Stella's hair.
Yeah. And apparently, like, him and Ash and I, like, are working together. Like, because you have the discordant eye over Joseph's shoulder during the "It's nice to meet you, caretaker" scene.
Yeah, and you actually see his silhouetted figure next to Cardophilus.
Mm-hmm. So like, those two are working together.
Well, talk about brutal. He just.
I don't think he's necessarily evil. He's just the sort of neutral that really likes to see what happens when the pot is stirred.
He's a Orochimaru. He's chaotic neutral.
He's a Orochimaru. He's Discord from My Little Pony. Again, I have a daughter. Don't show me. You know, he is that. Like he's just he's an agent of chaos, and Joseph happens to be like the ultimate chaos.
Chaotic as fuck.
Like, so yeah, and because I mean, you haven't really even like the dark neighbors. They're not evil. They're just themselves. Like the one in the last episode, you know, half a teacup and only that of blood from Chisei, when she runs out of flowers. Like the dark neighbors are just that. They're dark. And Ash and I is never like Elias gives Ash and I respect, especially when he gives Chisei the cloak. Like he's never actively a negative thing. And even when he kidnaps the children, like it's just because
teach a lesson.
Yeah, exactly.
Be careful what you say.
Yeah, be careful. Yeah, your words have power. Even humans, your words have power.
And then Ash and I tells Chisei how to find them.
Yeah, like he's an agent of chaos, and right now his eyes are focused on Joseph because he's the most interesting thing.
Oh, so every time you say Joseph, I think Joestar. Which would make this a completely different series.
Oh, and seeing the 180 flip of Lindo.
Oh,
yeah.
And just like,
fuck.
poachers. Like, right, without anyone just like.
Out of your plane. Yeah, just, fuck you, you're dead.
Don't touch my babies.
Don't touch my babies.
But then it turns out that they're actually some kind of goo or some kind of.
They're puppets.
Puppets, yeah.
Yeah, they're.
Or was that Lindell / Cardophilus just melting them?
That was Cardophilus melting them. Because they directly start talking in his voice and then poof.
Yeah. And like, we see all these dragons, they're all like nice and happy, but then the big one comes in and it's just like,
oh yes.
And then the tiny little, what kind of
Selkie.
You see the red eyes and you're like, I'm not going to mess with that.
Nah, fuck with the baby dragons. They are very protected.
Yeah. When even something small and adorable like Selkie is ready to throw down, you know you have fucked up.
Yeah,
are we going to lose the baby dragons?
It's hard to say. The episode preview was very vague.
Yeah.
But things are definitely not looking good for them.
I have a feeling that we are, though this is going to end in one of my favorite tropes, and especially in anime, is the chess pieces are all going to come together for the final battle, and I have a feeling it is going to be epic as fuck. And we have to start honestly thinking towards that because, we are in episode 18, I believe?
Yes.
Of 24. So, like, we have to start thinking towards the finality at this point. So we're going to see, full-blown angry Elias, super angry Lindell, Angie going apeshit on people. Like,
I think we need, maybe
and then,
two more stories or two more helping the neighbors out.
Yeah,
and then the final four would be the...
I have a feeling we're going to get Roy Mustang and what's her face?
Alice.
Yeah. Mustang and Alice helping.
Maybe we'll get to see Chisei's dad show up.
Maybe.
Oh, Chisei's brother.
Oh yeah. Though I have a feeling that's a darker storyline. Just that's. I could be wrong, but I have my insinuation is maybe like Cardophilus did something to her dad, and now her brother is just evil.
Yeah, but however he shows up, you do not put a Chekhov's gun on the mantle like that and not take it down at some point.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they do not focus. Yeah, exactly. You don't focus on, and this show is great at doing that. Like,
would
they have a setup and they have a payoff. Like, and this show is really great at having a setup and a payoff. Like, there's nothing really left hanging, and I love it.
But would you be satisfied if they left it off for next season with the brother? But they showed it. But they showed it in the last episode.
Like a longer payoff is the thing.
Yeah. But they introduced him in the final episode.
I think he might even be a person puppeting Cardophilus at this point. Like Cardophilus bit off more than he could chew with her brother, and he's like, "Yeah, I was playing with him. Come play with me, sister."
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't necessarily think it'll be paid off this season, but it'll be paid off at some point.
Yeah, and the studio hasn't officially renewed it yet because that's not what Japan does. But like the directors and everything like that are all on Twitter saying that they're excited for more to come and things like that. Like they are, and this show is making bank even in Japan. Like this is not only popular here and one of the highest watched shows on Crunchyroll according to them, and also if you didn't vote for everything the Ancient Magus Bride was nominated for in the Anime Awards, shame on you and you're wrong.
I did. I voted. I voted for Ancient Magus Bride. Everything.
I wrote that in for best anime of the year. Like I'm like, My Hero Academia season 2 was really fucking rad, but man, they got snubbed by not having Ancient Magus Bride on there for anime.
Could it be because it didn't finish in 2017?
That may have been, but I sure as hell wrote it in. I don't care. They gave me another option. I put that in there.
All right, let's wrap up and let's go into the next one.
Let's finish up with some more fluff with a surprise episode for Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
You guys have
Return of the Feels.
Yes.
Okay, I have not finished this series.
Oh no!
Oh.
Night Raul.
I've watched
Good
it 3
night.
times. I have watched the series 3 times now.
Okay, for me to go to bed, I'll put on I think I left off after the party.
Oh, okay. So thankfully this episode is kind of disconnected from like the entire series. Like,
well, the name of the episode is Valentines and Hot Springs.
Yeah, as long as you know like the characters, like, and even the last dragon, the Dragon of Order that was introduced, freaking leg girl.
I mean, that is her trope.
Yeah, I know it's a trope. I just don't remember her name.
I'm blanking on her name.
Yeah, like everybody, like the other dragons have like focus points, and hers is her legs, and I just don't remember her name.
CJ is clearly not a leg man.
Oh no, I am a leg man. Just for some reason, her name slips me.
Well, they also don't. She's not as involved with the other dragons because literally all of the other dragons are Chaos faction.
Yeah.
And then you have Order Dragon showing up at Kobayashi's work, being adorable, but she doesn't really integrate with the rest of the group, which makes me sad.
She also doesn't have a human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's there like because she's an Order Dragon, she can apparently behave herself. Because
she needs
except around food.
Yeah, except around.
She needs a human.
She doesn't need a human. I think we'll get that in season 2 if it ever happens.
But yeah, just hearing that theme song kick back up again made me so happy.
Yes, like I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe like it's been freaking forever since I've listened to this, and I'm like, oh man, I missed it so much.
I mean, the series just came out last year, didn't it?
I don't care, dude. Last year is a long ass time.
I know.
Especially with all the shit we've got going on.
Right? This episode was it's filler. I mean, it's the epilogue for that, and like kind of insinuating, trying to push Kobayashi and Otaku-san, whose name I forget, together, and trying to create that kind of coupling there. And also, Toru being Toru. Less Kana than I expected we were going to get. Though elementary school, like dealing with all the friendship chocolates, and then what's her face being like, no, it's because I love you.
Aww.
Forehead Chan.
It's
Also, the little boy, Luca was human.
Shoto, because of course his name is Shoto.
Like, he had some really cute moments too with the keychain and
It's nothing I want to get from a demon like you.
Also, Fafnir continues to be the most adorable tsundere dragon.
So great. He even brings the laptop. You want to go? Of course I do.
Oh.
And
even like the little side jokes that I didn't think I was going to appreciate, like Luca getting ready to play ping pong. I'm sure I'm going to hate this. Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah.
Also, them commenting on the ping pong. See, this is how it's supposed to be.
I don't see anything happening. Yeah, this is how it's supposed to work. The two girls.
Also, holy fuck, that onsen town is so pretty.
Right? Oh my god.
I want to go there.
Geek.io field trip.
Yep, field trip to that hot spring town.
That one in particular.
Yes, only that one. And of course the I now have her heart. Now I will have her body. And she pours the love potion into the chocolates. Turns out it's just alcohol.
Which, I mean, is enough of a love potion for some people.
It is, and of
Well,
course, when Kobayashi gets drunk, she
Your uniform's all wrong!
Yes! Oh my god! I missed this show so much. Oh, yeah. This was a surprise that I didn't know, like, it was there, and
Yeah.
thank
Yeah,
you Kerry, for pointing it out.
Was it announced or did it just show up on Crunchyroll? Because the first I knew of it was Josh telling me, hey, a new episode of Kobayashi went up. We're going to watch it.
Like, I follow Crunchyroll on, like, everywhere, and I even follow Kobayashi and a bunch of fan clubs, and for some reason, this slipped under my radar. Like, I don't know how. So I think this was just a poof, here's a surprise. Everybody else is celebrating Christmas. Here's a Valentine's Day episode.
Almost timely at that.
Yeah, just a couple weeks early.
Couple weeks. It's about a week early, isn't it? No, a few days.
Well, this came out last week.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, like I put it on the list for last episode, but nobody other than Josh and me had seen it yet, so we put it onto this one.
Kerry's like, I want to talk about Kobayashi. I'm like, you don't know.
All
We are
right.
not talking about Kobayashi before I can watch it.
Do you want to do
For
a
it.
Do you want to do a quick overview of Dragon Ball Super 126, 127?
Really quick, I want to talk because I mentioned I was going to talk about it. Killing Bites on Amazon. I said it was Waifu Bloody Roar. It is Waifu Bloody Roar. It is essentially it's everything that I think Judy Tyson wanted to be, and it's really good because it's not like it doesn't take itself too seriously, including an episode title "I can have sex any damn way that I want to."
Oh, it's only
It's
5
every
episodes.
show.
All right, then.
It's obviously scantily clad women, but like the scantily clad women is more so passed off as, yeah, this is the only way that we could properly flow in our bestial forms. So yeah, if you want Waifu Bloody Roar, go watch Killing Bites on Amazon Prime. I like it. It's fun.
Oh, is it a weekly or?
Yeah, it's a weekly.
Oh, okay.
They basically because they thankfully killed off their anime strike thing. Anything that was on anime strike got flooded is put in there, but anime strike was a weekly Crunchyroll competitor. So
Yeah, because double paywall is how you get people to watch your stuff.
yeah, apparently literally only triple digits people subscribe to that. Like they never made it even to 1,000 people that. Apparently the torrenting of those shows was just astounding to a point where Amazon, being a company that is good at making money, was like, yeah, this is dumb of us, you guys. So yeah, Dragon Ball Super 126, 127.
Vegeta. Oh my
Vegeta
god.
versus Topo.
It is amazing. Vegeta.
So Vegeta continuing to be the best character in the game. Move out of here, Kakarot. Nobody wants
Best
to
game of the gen.
Yes,
Yes.
best game of the gen. Best character in this game. Topo being god of destruction at this point, just like, yeah, poof, poof, destroy, destroy. Hakai, 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 Hakai.
Hawkeye?
Yes, Hawkeye. Knocks the ever-living bejesus out of Vegeta. And then pushes the pride button.
Oh no.
You don't push Vegeta's pride button.
That's
the
almost
only-
as bad as pushing the Goku button.
It's like the Goku button has kind of gotten like Topo's already pressed the Goku button this season.
Yeah.
This is worse than pressing the muffin button.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's like Vegeta makes a good point. I'm gonna hold on to my pride. You let your pride go
Yeah,
for power.
Topo's like, I'm this strong because I let go of everything. Nothing else matters but strength. And Vegeta flashes forward and first thing he flashes to is his family. My love, my Bulma, Trunks, Buddha, my promises to Goku, to Kaba, to all of Universe 6. I do not let anything go. And just he does, and we have the scene where Josh, did you watch all of Dragon Ball Z?
All of Dragon Ball Z, yes.
Okay. So Majin Vegeta's self-destruction explosion.
Oh,
The same
that
thing,
scene.
but beyond blue.
Yes.
And we have a direct flashback of Piccolo retelling the story for those around him and anybody who didn't watch Z of we get actual Z footage. But the cool thing is they amped it up to super animation quality. So they HD redubbed the Vegeta self-destruction scene. And he blows up and knocks Toppo out of the ring. And there's a faint blue flicker and Vegeta's standing up, holding his apparently permanently damaged left arm. Because whenever we see Vegeta damaged, it's always
It's
his
always the left arm.
get that boy an Android replacement for that arm. Like, seriously.
Right?
Talking about Android.
Yeah. And then episode 127. Now we only have Jiren. We have Superman versus Goku, a very defeated Vegeta, Android 17, and Frieza somewhere.
Yeah. Who's
And
just
Frieza?
Just chilling out.
And Frieza? Question mark?
Frieza continues to
He's
get
chilling
his
out.
ass whooped every
Yes.
time he tries to attack Jiren.
Yeah, at this point, it's a gag that whenever now Frieza's showing up and getting his ass kicked.
Cell is watching from the afterlife like, I told you this would happen.
Yep. Like, we had this discussion, Goku. You should have picked me. I'm perfect. He's just golden. So yeah, we have Goku, Vegeta, and 17 fighting together like very well, and actually kind of making Jiren like on the ropes, like actually having to do shit, and that's something new for Jiren. Like he's
Oh, I have to put in effort.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's spent this entire season just be like, okay, like I've only had to put up effort twice, and that was Ultra Instinct, and then when he didn't even show any effort against Hit. Like Hit, he took down in a hit.
Oh, and then we get Jiren's backstory.
Yeah, we get baby Jiren. It's adorable, and he has the generic anime hero storyline.
But then he's like, oh, I need strength. Strength is
Yeah.
all that matters.
He is fully Sasuke, by the way, like 100% Sasuke.
Ugh.
Generic anime hero. My parents died, and then I had to get stronger, and then stronger, and then stronger, and now all strength is all that matters.
Might makes right.
Including using the Pride Troopers for his own, to just basically as stepping stones. And they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, we're kind of aware of this.
Yeah.
Oof.
And so
we are aware that we are just puppets to this man.
Well,
so
Capo
17
literally
is
just said he has no pride left.
Yeah.
right. So 17 is trying to buy time for Goku and Vegeta to rest.
The Zenkai boost, basically.
Yeah.
For their cooldown timers to reset. And
Yeah.
he's doing a pretty good job because Jiren, for some no good reason, is using energy attacks against 17, which he has his shield. So he's doing a pretty good job at deflecting Jiren's attacks. Because for some no good reason, Jiren's not going up and just, I don't know, punching him.
Because it's shown in bullshit.
Because it's shown in bullshit.
Yes.
And so 17 goes, you know, my dream was to just go on a trip with my family, and now I just want us all to live. And then self-destructs to destroy Jiren's ultimate attack. 17's dead. And Grand
For
Prix,
now.
like, yeah, he killed himself. Like, this isn't Jiren's fault. He killed himself, y'all. And that's the end of 17 as of right now. And that kind of pushes towards, you know, GT, where we can get a Super 17 because he's in hell. Which, though, I don't know if Noble Sacrifice would be a reason to go to hell or not. If so, Yama, dude, you need to stick that.
You might want to recalibrate that scale, buddy.
Yeah,
Maybe
like you need to
he-
take that mahogany stick out your ass.
maybe he's in heaven, but decides he wants to train, so he just jumps down and starts looking for those Oni twins.
Yeah.
I hear
Oh,
there's an
no.
awesome gym down here.
That's like 17's gone, and 18 is just beside herself at this. Like, I know you wanted to be human, but this is too much, 17. Like, oh. And then like you flash forward and like and Krillin's like, but what about his wife? And then it hits you that he has a family. Like, whew.
Oh, they're gonna be making some wishes when they get back to Earth.
Oh yeah. Yeah, 17 ain't going nowhere because death really doesn't have a consequence in Dragon Ball, but like as of this point, like and they do a really good job at like making you feel for his heroic sacrifice.
Yeah,
And-
even if at this point Shenron shows up and just asks who's dead.
Yeah, right. And,
Oh,
I mean,
again.
that kind of pours into the Black Star Dragon Balls. Maybe we'll get a decent retelling of GT with Super, because GT had so much promise. But like, yeah,
Bum bada bada, bum bada bada.
they said so much promise, not good execution.
Bum bada bada, bum bada bada.
No, don't diss the Potter brothers. It's Super continues to be really good. Obviously we're counting down the points, and the flash forward is a lot of base form Vegeta going up against Jiren, and I'm guessing the Zenkai the cooldown clicked over because Jiren was actually moving and having to fight. Like, but yeah, we at this point Frieza got beat the fuck up. He's still in the ring somewhere. Somehow, because that needs to be a thing that happens. Goku and Vegeta are knocked the fuck out though. Like, they're barely standing. Still kind of proving to my point of yeah. I'm less so on Gogeta at this point. I think we're gonna I want Gogeta. I want the first in canon Gogeta, but I honestly think, speaking of Chekhov's gun, we pointed out the Potara earrings earlier in the season. We're gonna get Vegito again. Like, that's probably what's gonna happen.
Well, I
Because
mean,
there's not anywhere else really they can go. Like, Ultra Instinct, unless this Zenkai boost of this magnitude is gonna push Ultra Instinct to that point,
does Zenkai boost double?
it definitely powers up a Saiyan, and it powers up pretty much exactly where they need to be.
Yeah, even though it would be cool to see Gogeta, Vegito probably is, tactically speaking, the better choice.
Yeah, because he is by far stronger than Gogeta.
And Vegeta is the smarter fighter.
Yeah, absolutely. And even at this point, Vegeta's done with like playing around with his enemies. Like, there's an entire arc, like him doing the "hey, you should power up to your maximum potential" thing. He doesn't give a fuck anymore. Like, he realizes that he has things to lose now, and that is astounding to me. Goku's still a moron because he forgets his family's on fucking Earth Universe 7 too.
Yeah, well, and I mean, Toriyama has even said that he does not consider Chi-Chi and Gohan and Goten to be his wife and children the way Earthlings do, the way Vegeta does. He sees them as just like any other friends of his.
Yeah, they're his friends, and they happen to be smaller friends that he helped create. Like, and I mean, bless him, it's worked for 30 years, but you know, it's like, I don't know.
It's no wonder Gohan's more attached to Piccolo.
Yep. Yep.
Oh.
They're sitting right next to each other in the bleachers, by the way, and that's a great like flash forward. Like, that's a great like payoff for that. Like, you have Gohan and Piccolo up in here, and you have 18 and Krillin next to each other.
So you think they're going to defeat Jiren, or you think time's going to run out?
I think they're going to defeat Jiren, but I think the wish is going to be basically this never happened. Just create all the universes again, either that or mash them all together. Like, we just want a universe, because Goku will be like, I want to go punch Jiren some more.
Yeah, I mean, it even might be like, hey, our wish is to bring the universes back. Sorry, you can't do that. The whole point of this is that we need to clear out some real estate. Okay, we'll just put all the planets in our universe.
Yeah.
And that would fulfill Vegeta's wish of wanting the Saiyans back.
You would get a planet Sarada or whatever the hell it's called back. And
you would have two Earths, wouldn't you?
I'm sure it would just be mushing all the Earths together and just
Well,
doing.
no, because the Earth in Universe 6 was destroyed, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, it got restored because of Sindari Beerus.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it'll just be like, hell yeah, just remember that they're just one Earth now.
So it's just going on hiatus. So they're probably getting.
Yeah, we're getting a season finale. We're not getting a series finale. We're not going to end on a tournament arc. Like
Even Goku's not that stupid.
exactly. And Toei is printing money at this point with this show, so there's no way they're going to let that go. Yeah, it'll be back. You know, if probably in fall, to be honest.
I think that might be too early. We might get a movie.
Yeah, we are getting a movie in December.
Okay.
But the movie is in Z. The movie is in Z era, isn't it?
They've not really revealed anything about it other than the fact that coming in nobody's surprise, it'll be Saiyan focused. As opposed
Wow.
to Namekian movies that we got.
But now they're canon now, the movies.
No, because they had to retell them in Super.
Oh, okay.
And like they flat out outlawed Broly by Kale. Kale's existence proves that the movies are not canon.
Yeah,
Because
no. But
I
like,
never
if
felt this
everything
power
after Battle of the Gods is like somewhat canon, right?
Well, they had to retell Resurrection F2.
Well, yeah.
No, the movies are still not canon. This one might be if they do it right, because Tupples or whatever the fuck Vegeta's brother's name is canon. He was only in a movie. Like, basically, canon is whatever they want it to be.
That was like what, like a 20-minute episode,
Yes.
which like brought like, hey, we're gonna do more Dragon Ball. Here's a little filler.
Yep. All right, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Really appreciate it. If you want to email us, you can do so. geekioshow@gmail.com. Just put anime in the subject line. All of our social media are /geekioshow. If you want to leave us a voicemail, you can do so. 727-489-4335. That is 727-489-GEEK. If you want to support the stream and everything that we do on the Geek.io network, head over to patreon.com/geekio. If you want to chat with us, you can also do that at geek-io.net/discord. And thanks again, Jonathan Young, for letting us use your amazing stuff for our show. I think that's about it, guys.
Go watch some good shows.
Yeah. All the shows that we talked about today, except for Killing Bites, is all legally on Crunchyroll. Support the official release.
We are beyond the high school days of torrenting our anime. There are viable legal ways to get really good translations. So
Crunchyroll.
Hell,
is
occasionally you get them in theaters.
Yeah. Fucking Crunchyroll $7 a month, you guys. Like, there's no reason to pirate shit anymore.
yeah, and if you don't have $7 a month and you don't mind waiting a week for the simulcast and you don't mind ads, it's free.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the ads aren't too intrusive. I mean, they have the opening ad after the opening credits. Middle
because
and
most
ending.
Japanese shows have a cut to break point where they break, and that's where Crunchyroll's like, hey, we're just gonna put ads there.
Yeah, and it's not like, and then we were like, yeah, it's not.
Yeah, they take the advantage that because this is Japanese television, they just take advantage of that. So yeah, support the official release. Don't pirate this. All of it's available legally on Crunchyroll, except for Killing Bites, which is available legally on Amazon Prime.
And if you don't have Amazon Prime by now, geek-io.net /Amazon.
Yes. All right, guys. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. You didn't miss Water Buffalo. Bring out the Water Buffalo.
You didn't miss this.
Hi, my name is Water Buffalo, and I hope you've enjoyed this Geek.io Media Network production. Copyright 2018, you see how that works?
Yeah.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.
Dale pulled a Kerry.
Hey, Dale, did you get your AC fixed yet?
Great show. What should we call it?
Oh boy.
Don't get your hopes up.
We've got Ad Tittle.
Yeah,
Pop,
Dale
pop,
mistyped
pop.
my mistype.
Triggered. A white pill with no labels on it. Magical pair of tits. Magitits. Ass crack dress moan. Hey, I'm here to be your horse. Now that's some high quality H2O. Water sucks, Gatorade is better. The fight of the Valkyrie. That was a good one, M-Beam. Crunchy sugar fluff. Never go full Madoka. I eat the nachos so you don't have to. CJ will shove anything in his mouth at least once. Okay, maybe twice. I can own an art, and surprise CJ's radar is broke.
I don't get that one. What did I?
He was talking about this. He mentioned that, or they. I don't know M-Beam's pronouns.
He's a pronoun. He is a pronoun.
Okay. And he mentioned that when you were talking about Kobayashi slipping under your radar is what I was trying to words.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, let me end the recording.
So crunchy sugar fluff, which I like better for this show that is relatively more decent than a normal show than Snake Caucasaur.
Yeah, I think like it's fun having stuff like that in the candidates, but we should probably not name things.
Yeah, I appreciate Snake Caucasaur, but crunchy sugar fluff is the name of the title. Is the name of the show this week.
Is the name of the title?
Is the name of the title.
All right.
And thank
boy,
you,
guys.
MB, for that one. Good job, man.
That was a
Thank you,
show.
M-Beam, for being here.
Yeah. So good job on getting banned.
Not banned, just timed out.
He was banned. I had to
Was he
unban him.
banned?
I had to unban him. What did you win? You won an unban and mod status on a second account.
Wait, why? For a link, you have it set to ban?
I think he tried posting it twice.
Ooh.
Which, yeah, it's set to auto ban if you are and it might have also been caught by like, hey, this might be a sneaky.
You okay, Josh?
Celebrate Chinese New Year together with Panda Express.
Oh.
You know, the most authentic of Chinese cuisine.
Dude, but those spring rolls are baller.
I'm not saying I don't like the food, it's just...
You're not wrong. If you want Chinese food, Panda Express probably shouldn't be your first go-to.
No, you should go to Yummy House.
We just go China Walk over here across the street from us. It's
Okay.
so good.
All right. I will later Twitch.
Bye, Twitch.
Bye.